Hi, Ryan Michael Galloway here with We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com, and I am still very excited to be talking to Barry DeVorzon, the mastermind behind Master Writer and longtime, very successful songwriter, film scorer, and somebody we need to be listening to. And Barry, at the end of the last post, we started to touch on, and I closed this off because I want us to have a separate post on this. We started to touch on the legal stuff, the registration, and this is something that an awful lot of songwriters that I talk to that are kind of dabbling in it, or maybe they've got, a good 10 or 15 songs, or maybe I've got one guy I've talked to who's just got thousands and he doesn't know quite what to do. And it sounds like the registration issue has been solved with Master Writer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, listen, songs are stolen all the time, and most of the time unintentionally.
Right.
You'll write a song, think about it, you write a song, you play it for all your friends, then you send it out to everyone you can send it out to, trying to get it recorded. A lot of ears hear that song, and sometimes they only hear it once. And that's why sometimes, 3 months later, somebody writes a song thinking that melody is theirs. But it's really not. It's the melody they heard once.
And they might have a better connection than you, and they might get it sold, and all of a sudden your song is up there, right?
So the other problem is copyrights are expensive, $35 a copyright.
Yeah.
So we created an online date of creation registration service. It's called SongGuard. It comes free the first year when you buy Master Writer.
Okay.
And after that, $30 a year.
Wow, that's still
the best deal in town. Here's how it works. When you finish writing your song, you select the lyrics, select the music, and the lyrics, the melody, and the writer information goes to the Master Writer server, gets a digital signature, it's date stamped. You get a record that on that date you registered that song, and you are protected.
Have you had any situations where you've actually had to find out if this is admissible in court yet?
No, we haven't. We're fairly new with this program, but we haven't so far. But my attorneys represent that this will definitely stand up in court. Remember, a copyright is merely a date of creation registration by the government.
Right.
All we're doing is doing it third party, with a third party server. No one sees that melody or those lyrics. It just goes into a server and gets stored. So it's really pretty foolproof. It certainly beats sending yourself registered mail.
Oh yeah, which is
so
pretty useless.
It's the real thing. And the nice thing about this, I don't know if you know this, you can copyright suites of songs. So if you protect yourself with Master Writer and build up maybe 12 songs or 15 songs, for the same $35, you can copyright all 15 of those songs by naming them like a summer suite, and then including all those songs.
Does your application do anything to help facilitate the copyright process?
No. At some point in time, I think we're going to try to pursue that and just have the copyright blanks right there within the program. But right now we don't.
Okay. Very cool.
Now I do recommend one thing. If someone records your song, get a copyright. Why? Because a copyright gives you damages and legal fees. And so it's always a good thing to have when something is happening with your song. But until somebody records it, I think SongGuard is a great way to protect it.
Gotcha. Awesome, Barry. And I have no idea what's going on outside my house, but it sounds like somebody is doing some weed eating or something, and it's really loud. I hope this is not going to interfere. I know people can still hear what you had to say, and so we're going to post this anyway. Like I say, it's a vlog. Well, thank you, Barry. And so let me give you one last shot here. Can you think of anything else you'd like to say about Master Writer and why you think it's a valuable tool for us?
Well, Ryan, I think first of all, I would like to recommend anyone who's listening to me, go to masterwriter.com, take the Master Writer tour, and yourself of the free 10-day trial. No obligation. Look at the tour. The tour is important because it really shows you what Master Writer does. Then try it out. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, it's certainly worth your time. But I think what makes it important to me, of course, it's my baby. I created it, but I wish I had this tool when I was really active in songwriting. It would have been so helpful. It's funny. Some people think it's cheating. I laugh at that, because there's only one entity that can put that emotional value into a song that touches others' emotions, and that's the songwriter.
Yeah, you can't do that. This just helps facilitate.
There's no machine, no software that can do that. It has to come, the God-given talent, it has to come from the songwriter. However, Master Writer is just a great tool to help you get from good to great, to help you get from great to greater. And that's really the purpose of Master Writer. We're in a business that is wonderful, but one of the most difficult businesses in the world. And it just doesn't have room for good. And I don't know why, but a lot of songwriters settle for good. And that's a problem. I think you have to really be willing to suffer a little bit. Maybe they don't like to suffer, but you have to suffer. You have to use every tool at your disposal. You have to try to get the best rhyme. If there's a better way to express yourself, find it. And I think Master Writer is a collection of tools that just help you, in that post-inspiration period, to take that song and get it as good as you can get it.
Take it up the next level or two. Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Barry, thanks again. We really appreciate you, and I just think this was a really, really awesome series of posts. I am Ryan Michael Galloway. I've been talking to Barry DeVorzon, and we don't need no stinkingrecordcompany.com. Thanks.